morning. Today, Maria may be here or not. I doubt she'll be here today, but in the event she shows up, we will be grateful and happy. But in the meantime, what we're gonna go over is some of the stretches that opens up the hips. One of the things that Maria and I do get to witness is people suffering terrible aches and pains of the body that if they just knew what to do, could be kind of aches and pain free. And much of it comes from the hips because the hips are so powerful and they're compounded with muscles that are around the hips and also muscles that extend into other joints like the knee, crosses the knee, like the quads or the hamstrings. No, Maria is here. Maria is going to be here. That cross into different joints in the body that you end up having a lot of problems in the knees, the backs, the necks, the shoulder that shouldn't necessarily need to be there. And if you only knew how to take care of it, you wouldn't have to suffer so much. And one of the things that we have been witness to is we've been attending pickleball. And A, we watch people come out and they don't warm up. B, after it's over, they don't cool down and they don't have any routines to take them away from it. So they suffer greatly, and we're witness to this. And we're gonna show you a few things that'll take you out of a lot of pain for pickleball or heavy lifting or day-to-day activities where pain shouldn't be there. And it always comes down to the same series of stretches because we have the same body that's not changing, but unless we do it, it won't change. So here's where we start. We're gonna start with our feet parallel. That's probably the biggest thing. If you can get your feet parallel, this is a big percentage of the battle right now. Get your feet parallel, hips width apart. Here's your ASIS, this is your pubic symphysis. Midway in between is hips width apart. That's how narrow your stance is. It's not here, and it's certainly not with one foot turned out. Okay, so it's feet parallel, hips width apart. Then you're going to push down big toe and the corresponding metatarsal head. We're assembling the tripod. The outer four toes and corresponding metatarsal heads, but most importantly, that pinky toe, and finally your heel. 1/3 the weight is through the balls of your feet, 1/3 the weight is through your toes, and finally 1/3 the weight is through your heels. Okay, now we're gonna bend our knees. We're gonna take our knees out because as we age in deconditioning, we like bringing our knees in or overly taking them out. We're gonna put a bend in them and slightly turn them out. Then we're gonna fire up first chakra, your pelvic floor, second chakra, your lower abs, third chakra, your upper abs as you draw your shoulder blades down and back and get your head over top of your pelvic floor. Yay, this is it, athletic ready stance. This is where we're springing on the bottom, long through the torso, and open through the head, okay? Now, we're gonna take this little orange ball. I'm gonna give Maria a whole lot more room. And we're gonna roll out the bottom of our foot. The body is all about referring. It likes referring everywhere in the body. So sometimes you have a foot problem and it refers up to your knee or shoulder or even your neck, and you won't make that connection because we want the light switch to be where the light is. And with the human body, it isn't always where the light is. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in that tummy, you're keeping your feet parallel as we're rolling things out. You're gonna get all of your foot, the heel, lateral aspect of your foot, ball of your foot, toes, arches of your feet, and in between your toes. As you now squat, suck in that tummy, and roll it out. We're gonna do one more thing. You're gonna roll it out behind you with your knees bent. Keep your feet parallel. Your feet will want to turn out like this. We want our feet parallel. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Smiles are up. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna switch sides as we roll out our left foot. Whew! They should not be sore. If they're sore, it's not because of the ball, it's because of what you do with your feet during the day. Oh, this foot is sore. I did something funny with my foot. Keep those feet parallel, abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy, heel, lateral aspect of your foot, ball of your foot and your toes, or the arches of your foot and in between. Suck in your tummy. And now bend both knees. Keep your feet parallel. Roll it out. Oh my goodness, why is this foot so sore? What did I do? I didn't do anything yesterday.
Well, that's probably what it is.
Your mic is over there. Maria's gonna get her mic because she forgot it and you can't hear her heckling at me. Okay, we're gonna take that ball back behind you. As you keep both knees bent and feet parallel, you're rolling out your foot. So, for my pickleball people, if they were just to do one thing, this would be it. Warm up your feet. For my people going out into the world, this is the one thing you should do before you step out in the world. Make sure your feet are working. And feeling and doing the right thing. Okay? Whew. Come back up to stance. We're going back to feet parallel, abs nice and tight, sucking your tummy. First, second, third chakras on, you're drawing your shoulder blades down and back. We're gonna see how different things feel just from massaging your feet. We're gonna open up our calves because we're heading towards the hips. We're gonna take a big leap and go to the hips after this. You're gonna drop the heel of your foot down. The ball is under the ball of your left foot. The block is under the ball of your left foot. Your heel is down, abs are nice and tight. Sucking your tummy. We're gonna start out by pumping the hips forward. Such an important muscle for locomotion. What makes humans so interesting is that we stand up when we walk. We're not on all fours. We don't have some weird posture like an ostrich who may be upright but has weird configurations. We are upright, so that means this calf is very, very powerful. Our butt is powerful, our quads are powerful. That's why we call them the big three. Abs are nice and tight. And then now stay forward, hips forward, abs are on. You're gonna bend and straighten your right leg. Is your mic on? Okay. Suck in that tummy. Don't let your abs shut off just because your right hip drops down. Is that 10? Okay, I knew that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna bend and straighten our left leg. This is gonna open up a muscle called the soleus. The other one was the gastroc. Keep breathing. Jaws relaxed. Okay, we're gonna do a forward fold here just because it's a good place to do it. Abs are nice and tight, spine is nice and straight. We're lengthening the calves and the hamstrings, not the back muscles. Back muscles are actually shortening as you draw your shoulder blades down and back. Try to get your heart towards the ground, suck in your tummy. First, second, third chakras are on. Bend and straighten your right leg. This again will open up your soleus, but also your glute max. I'm sorry, it will open up your gastroc and your glute max. Now you can really see how this muscle, the calf muscle, can affect your low back and even your shoulders. As you now bend and straighten your, 20. Now bend and straighten your left leg. This will open up that soleus, and you can see how the soleus now affects the shoulders and the low back. The soleus is really cool because it's a second heart in the human body. Pumps all the blood from the lower extremities back up to the upper body. That's why stretching the calves can lower your blood pressure. Okay, come back up nice and tall, chest is up, suck in your tummy. We're gonna pump those hips forward. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. You can scratch your head if you want to. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. Block is under the ball of your right foot. Your heel is down, abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy, your shoulder blades are down and back. No pressure in your low back. This is opening up that gastroc again. pump those hips forward, just see what it feels like to lengthen this calf. And this might explain why you had pain in the bottom of your foot on this side. I'm not saying that's my situation, but it might be. I can see that this calf is very tight. Abs are nice and tight. Instead, what number? Okay, bend and straighten your left leg. Keep your right leg straight. Keep your feet parallel. Knees are over the tops of your feet. Suck in that tummy. Whew. Ah. Okay. Now you're going to bend and straighten your right knee. Keep your left leg straight. Make sure that knee goes straight forward, straight back. It doesn't have to have a big range of motion, but it's got to move. Keep your abs engaged. Okay, take your arms forward. Abs are nice and tight. Move the roller so you can see. Keep both legs straight. We're stretching first. Whoa. Try to open through your shoulders. Keep your abs engaged. You're elongating your hamstrings and your calves. You're shortening your back muscles, trying to draw your shoulder blades closer to your butt. Now? Okay, bend and straighten your left leg. Keep reaching with those arms, shortening your back muscles so your spine gets straighter. Elongating now your gastroc and your glute max. Keep smiling, keep breathing. Okay. You're going to bend and straighten your right leg. I'm moving the roller off to the side. You guys don't have to. I just want you to see what's going on. This is opening up that soleus we talked about. Suck in the tummy. Keep breathing. Okay. You're going to stand up nice and tall. We're going to push those hips forward one more time. Suck in your tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. It's also amazing to see on world-class cyclists. They have almost no calf muscles. You would think they would have huge ones, but they tend to have giant quads and giant butts. Not to say they're fat. It's just they have powerful muscles. Okay. Whoo! We're going to move that aside. We're going to see what it feels like to stand. Should feel a whole lot different. You should feel that athletic ready posture. Your knees should feel like they're springy, upper body nice and long. And then, as much as Mario may not like it, we're going to come down onto our right knee. Whoop. I will move over so she has space. Okay, abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Shoulder blades are down and back. We're going to start out, as always, head over top of the block, hip circles. Smiles are up. Remember, every athletic motion is hidden in a hip circle. If you can't do a hip circle, you're compromising with some other part of your body. And if you're doing something, say pickleball, you're doing it with your knees or your shoulders or your neck or your low back. How many? Opposite direction. Suck in that tummy. Smiles are up. Okay.
19, 20.
Okay. Now we're going to stretch forward. This is where it's different than what we usually do. We're going to stretch forward, and then we're going to come all the way back into our thinker pose, and then stretch forward. It's fuller range of motion. We're really opening up flexion and extension of the hip as well as the knee, but mainly we're going after the hip. This is opening up rectus femoris in both directions when the knee bends and when the hip extends. There is method to this madness. Oh. Because if you can't move your hips, you're compromising with some other part of your body, and it's typically your low back. Okay, now you're gonna keep centered over the top of your body. You're gonna move your hips side, extreme side to side. We're just opening up the hips. Sucking that tummy. Keep breathing. Side to side, big side to side. Really get your hips from one side to the other side. When you go this way, you're opening up your glute medius. When you go this way, you're opening up sartorius and adductors. Okay, so now reach back, grab a hold of your foot, pull your heel to your butt. We're just gonna stretch a little bit as you step forward. It's really interesting. You would think we do a lot of hip extension, but we really don't. Most people can't break the plane of their body to get hip extension because it's so tight, and that's why they walk forward flexed, looking a lot like Montgomery Burns on The Simpsons. You can add a rotation to your left. Keep breathing. Okay, good. Release that leg. We are gonna switch sides gently. Whoa. Okay, heads will be over the top of the block. Abs are nice and tight. We're doing our hip circles. Sucking that tummy. You're moving from your hips, not from your head or your neck. Keep smiling. So our last class on Thursday, we talked about something called the Vestibulo-Ocular Reflex. We're gonna go over some of that today. Opposite direction. And this is actually working it because your head stays still as your hips are moving. Abs are engaged. Fine. Okay, we're going to stretch forward, opening up that rectus femoris by opening up the hip. And we're going to come in thinker pose as we open that rectus femoris with knee flexion. Go as slow as you need to go. There shouldn't be any pain in the knees or low back because we're stretching muscles and not joints. Abs are nice and tight. Sucking that tummy. Smiles are up. Annie, why are you wobbling all over the place? We're going front to back, not side to side yet. There you go. Okay, good. You're gonna stay over the top of the leg. Abs are nice and tight. Shoulder blades are down and back. We're gonna reach back and, oh no, we have to go side to side. Side to side. Try not to move your head. I know you want to move your head, but just move it side to side. Open up the adductors. Open up the glute medius. Open up the sartorius. Open up glute medius. Abs are nice and tight. Keep breathing. Okay. Now you're going to reach behind you, grab a hold of your foot. You're just going to stretch forward. Keep the knee over the top of the foot. Abs are nice and tight. And if you want to, you can add a twist to the right. Suck in that tummy. Feel that stretch. Notice if this side's tighter or looser than the other side. Keep breathing. Okay, go ahead and release that foot. We're gonna stand up for a quick second, see how things feel. If you've done everything correctly, it should have decompressed your low back a lot. It should make your legs, especially your quads, feel very awake. And upright posture should feel super easy. Okay? We're gonna go back down on our right knee again. But here's what we're gonna do when you go down on your right knee. You're gonna rotate your leg over this way. So your right foot ends up off to the left. Here's where it gets complicated. Oh, we'll start out here just to make it easy. We're just gonna go front to back. When you go back, stick out your booty. This is getting more your sartorius and your glute max. Keep your abs engaged. Your spine stays straight. I know you want to round it when your hips go back. Don't round your spine. This is lunging like when you fence, like when you're doing fencing. And you just do one thing. I'd be right at the back, but don't. Okay. Now, staying in that same position, you're gonna go side to side. You're gonna notice this stretches out more your tensor fascia lata. Your abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. Watch that this knee doesn't move a whole lot, this left knee. Okay, now we're going to start this all over again because you're going to take your, your left leg back behind you. In fact, I'm going to move the block forward because I'm too close to the wall. It's going to almost be like you're in pigeon. Yeah. Do you have enough space? You can move more towards me. Okay, rock your hips from side to side. Suck in that tummy. This is opening up the different fibers of your glute max. Okay, now sit up, push your hips forward, rock your hips side to side. Should be getting some of your deeper adductor muscles. Should be working your quad. Okay, we're gonna go back. Stick your booty out, rock side to side. You can feel how much muscular tension is in your butt. You should feel no pressure in your low back. Your abs are on. Okay, one more time forward. Push your hips forward. Keep that leg 90 degrees if you can. Abs are nice and tight. Chest is up. Okay, let's switch sides. Okay, once again, you're gonna take that leg across. Abs are nice and tight. I forgot what we did. We pushed back and forward. Abs are nice and tight. Remember, stick your butt out. Don't round your spine. Keep your abs engaged. See how when Maria's hips go back, her spine stays straight, it doesn't round? That's what we want. We're opening up motions to the hip that we don't typically use, but we need. Smiles are up. Okay, now we're gonna go side to side. Try to keep your head still. Keep breathing. Okay, this is where it gets a little complicated. You're gonna take your leg back behind you. We're gonna go into what feels like a pigeon position. You're gonna stick your booty out and you're gonna rock your hips from side to side. This will open up this glute max. And then we're gonna come up, push your hips forward, side to side. This will open up that tensor fascia lata and your deep adductors like your pectineus. Okay, good, that was it. Oh yeah, we went back, that's right. Back, abs are nice and tight, side to side. It's so fun, interesting, I wouldn't say funny, ironic funny. Queen Elizabeth died yesterday, but it was how many people felt, and even in the United States, push your hips forward, that she was a personal friend. Just 200 years ago, we had a revolution to get away from England, and now we're suddenly best buddies with the Queen. But it is a loss either way. Okay, switch sides. Okay, your left foot is forward. You're gonna take your knee to the outside. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. We're gonna go front to back. This will definitely get your tensor fascia lata as you come forward. This is what it would feel like if you were running like Jerry Lewis. For those who know who he is. Okay, now side to side. You're gonna feel your glute minimus now, probably more so than anything else, and some of your adductors. And if you think about it, this is where we get all our, hitting motions in a goofy sport. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. Knee down first, internally rotate your femur. Okay, we're gonna go front to back. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. Side to side. Try to hold your head still. So like we said, we see a lot of people suffering needlessly. If they'd only warm up properly and cool down properly, they wouldn't experience such pain. Especially once it becomes a developed pattern. Okay, good, bring it back. We're gonna come back into standing. Just see how everything feels like now. Your hips should feel very alive, your quads should feel super active. Suck in your tummy, draw your shoulder blades down and back, we're gonna do hip circles. And that was the whole point of it, because every athletic motion's hidden in a hip circle, and we should be able to do it better now and not compensate into the shoulder or your neck or some other part of your body. Opposite direction. Okay, since all of you are seasoned rollers, we're not going to use the ball, the medium-sized fit ball. We are going to go straight to the lacrosse ball. We're going to come into seated on the floor. We're going to take this ball and put it underneath your left butt cheek. You're going to cross your left ankle over your right knee, and you're going to roll out whatever feels sore. Abs are nice and tight. Spine is stabilized and straight. Chest is up. You're gonna get the side of your hip. You're gonna get behind your hip. You're gonna get bottom of your hip. You're not gonna make faces like David's making. Abs are nice and tight. You're scared. David, don't use your face quite so much. Someone may slap you on the back and you'll get stuck with those looks on your face. Abs are nice and tight. No one's shooting you. Remember, the pain you're feeling in your butt has nothing to do with this ball. It has to do with how you clench your butt all day long. Try to go onto your side. Oh, yeah. Just roll it out. We're gonna roll it till it feels lovely. Might be a little bit for David. Yes. Not because the ball has vanished. Abs are nice and tight. We're not gonna try to disintegrate the ball. Ooh, find anything that's sore and get it out of there. This is opening up your glute max piriformis complex. So people that get sciatica, this is your solution. Okay, good. We're gonna switch sides. Ball goes underneath your right butt cheek. See my balls there, so you know I'm not just moving around. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. And we're rolling out this side. Abs are nice and tight. This is our D pickleball workout, or D elevator workout, or D walking around, driving our car around, washing dishes workout. Notice if one side's tighter than the other. Get the side of your hip. There you go, David. Good leg cross. Abs are nice and tight. Whoa. Get anything that feels sore. If it all feels sore, go after it all. Suck in that tummy. Keep breathing. Oh, yeah, yeah, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Is that about it? Okay. Go ahead and uncross your legs. Hang on to your little ball. Mari and I, or just maybe me, are going to relocate our microphones. You're going to go on your back for this one. Ho, ho, ho. You'll like this. Take this ball, put it underneath your left butt cheek. Yeah. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna keep your right leg straight, left leg is bent, abs are nice and tight. You're gonna roll out your booty cheek. It's much more friendly. You can bend if you want to put more weight into it, your right leg, and really roll it out. You can bend and straighten your left leg as you're doing this as well. You can fully straighten your left leg. Just play with it with the ball moving around on different parts of your glute max. Because what we're trying to do is release some of the tension that you feel in your knee and your low back. You could get the side, so you could go all the way up to the side. You can fully straighten that left leg and wiggle around on the outside of the glute medius. Because we're opening up the hips. Oh, that's a microphone. You could go all the way to the tensor fasciae lata, which means you're on your side, wiggling around on top of that ball. You won't die from this, but you will know what it's like to be shot by a lacrosse ball flying out of someone's little netty thing at 65 miles an hour. Lacrosse stick, that's the word I was looking for. Although it hits like 100 miles an hour, it's kind of scary. Okay, let's do the other side. So just start it out uniform. You're going to have your ball be underneath your right butt cheek, your right leg is bent, your left leg is straight. You can start rolling it out and get used to the feeling. When it gets easier, you can now bend your left leg and roll it around. If you want, you could take your right leg completely off the ground as you bend and straighten it to open things up even more. You can go onto your sides like you did the other side with a straight leg. Remember, it's not the ball causing the pain, it's your life. It's causing you to clench your ass. I'm helping Maria. Ooh, very nice. Okay, go ahead, lift back up, lay flat back against the ground. Just see what your hips feel like. They should feel really open now and wonderful. We're coming back up, don't you worry. Here we go. We're sitting back up and coming into kneeling with our roller. Oh, we're coming back to it. Don't you worry. We're definitely doing that because that's going to be a big part of this. But we have to open up the quads. That and I lost track of what we were doing because that was so painful. Okay, so the roller is now out in front of us. We're just going to do a little quad opening. That'll just help open up the shoulders even more. And that's why I blanked out there for a second. Roller goes underneath your thighs. You're going to roll your thighs with your legs bent. If you find a sore spot, you can bend and straighten your legs, break it up, or you can roll one side at a time and you can break it up the whole time you're rolling it. Yeah. Yes. Dangerous feet. Oh. Roll this out. You're getting your quad muscles, especially vastus lateralis, and you're getting iliotibial band, which functions so much with your glute max and your tensor fascia lata to accidentally cause knee pain. So now we see how the hips are involved in knee pain. Roll it out. Ooh. Oh, roll, roll, roll. You can move all the way down to your tensor fascia lata and then you can flex and extend your hip, which is really nice. You can get your glute medius in that position too. I'm sure you were asking yourself, how can I get my tensor fascia lata more? Well, this is how you can get it. Oh. Get anything that makes your knee or your hip feel better, even though it might feel awful on the side of your leg. Okay, come back into kneeling. Just see how kneeling feels like. Okay, we're gonna do a stretch here where we interlock our fingers and we're gonna just roll out and roll back. You're using your abs. Roll out, roll back. Keep your arms straight. Always when working with the roller or the ball, careful of hair, jewelry, clothing, and drawstrings. Okay. Now we're going to take the roller this way, whatever this way is. You're going to interlock your fingers, and you're just going to go sideways and sideways. Keep both elbows straight. This is like golfing. You want your arms straight. This will cause you to rotate your torso. And we're starting the process of opening up the shoulders. Ooh, I just thought of a word, a vocabulary word. Mercurial. I like the way that sounds. Mercurial. It's our SAT word for today. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Notice how Maria's doing this. She's getting great torso rotation. Because nothing in the human body has a single function. So as you're doing this, you're rolling out your internal organs or twisting your internal organs. Okay, good. Now we can set this aside. We're going to go back to our little lacrosse ball. We're going to go on our backs. I know you were hoping this would happen. We're going to put the ball underneath your right shoulder blade. Whoops, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Right shoulder blade. Once it's underneath the right shoulder blade, you could do several things. You can roll out your shoulder. Where's my ball? You can roll out your shoulder. You can move your arm around. You can get whatever feels sore. You can wiggle around on top of the ball and do both. Arm and shoulder. Oh, this will get the infraspinatus, teres major, teres minor, subscapularis, and also your lat. Sometimes even your rhomboid. Oh. You don't have to pick your head up, you can, but move it around and see how it feels. Oh. This will help you because, you know, it is the tail end of parade season, but it will help you with your parade wave. Oh, yes, yes. I would have said the queen wave, but that would have brought up too much pain for too many Americans. Oh. Abs are nice and tight. I think it's interesting that so much of America loved the queen, and when, you know, Prince Harry had his little problems, he moved to Santa Barbara. He didn't move to one of the Commonwealth countries. Oh. Just keep rolling it out. You can come onto your side to get it even more. That'll get your teres major, teres minor even more. Just a lovely feeling. If you notice you're salivating, you're not hallucinating. This is small intestine channel, so this affects all the way into your mouth in Eastern medicine. Just full range of motion of the shoulder as we open things up. Okay, whenever you feel ready, you could switch sides or you could stay on the side you feel needs more work. Remember, the ball's not causing pain. The way you have been slouching your shoulders causes a pain. Oh, abs are nice and tight. We still have to go over the vestibulo-ocular reflex. We may or not may get to it. Oh. Well, we've unintentionally done it, even though we haven't obviously done it. Oh. You could go on your sides. There shouldn't be any sharp pain. If you feel sharp pain in there, you want to roll that out. That's not actually sharp pain, that's a really tight muscle. Ooh, that sounded really cool. Keep breathing. Now work on either shoulder, whichever one feels tight. You can more work on the inside of your shoulder blade too. That'll get that rhomboid. Should be no cracking or popping of your shoulders. Okay, go ahead, lay flat back against the ground. See what the ground feels like underneath you, having rolled over this ball. Your shoulders should feel way more open. We're now going to get the front side of the shoulders. So that means we have to flip over. It's gonna be a little hard for Marty and I because we have microphones, but you guys can do it easily. Oh, look, a penny. We're gonna go and do the front side of our shoulders. You're gonna do this on your belly. And normally we use the other ball, which often cases is easier, but not as pinpointed. You could put your arms in the stick 'em up position, or you could put one arm behind your back to get deeper into that pec muscles. You're working pec major, sternal, and clavicular portion, and you're getting something called your subclavius muscle. It's a muscle right under the clavicle, your collarbone, because these muscles get tight and totally alter your shoulder function. Oh dear. You can move your head and neck around because you're going to see how all this is influenced, because we're getting the lower portion of the posterior, or is it middle scalene? Woo! Okay, whenever you feel ready, you can do the opposite side. Or you could go back and forth doing your favorite side. But we're not doing avoidance, so you're not avoiding the side that's more painful, you're going after the side that's more painful. And everyone has one. Keep breathing, keep your abs engaged. Sorry about the mic. Oh. You can do range of motion, you can be in stick 'em up position. Okay, we're going to push back into kneeling. Oh, as much as Mario loves this stretch. Chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back, abs are nice and tight. Let your blood pressure collect. That was a lot of pressure on your head. Oh, there's my block. All right. We're going to put our knee on the block because we're going to do a tiny bit of vestibular-ocular reflex. You're going to put your right foot forward, knees over top of your foot. This is all about alignment, heads over the top of your block. Now, you're going to put your hand in front of your face. Okay? We're not using, like we did this standing, which is a whole lot easier actually than doing it on your knee. Your hand is going to be in front of your face. You're going to look at the length of your hand, tipping your head back and forth, pretending your eyes are fixed in the socket. So in order to scan your hand, you have to look up and down. Notice what's happening to your balance as you're doing this. Are you falling all over the place? Are you rocking? Or are you nice and stable? Look up, look down. And you can extend your hand like you have a gigantic hand. Look up, look down. How many is that? Okay, good. You're just going to lift your heel up now. Abs are nice and tight. You're doing the same thing. Notice what happens to your balance. And this is where you would get that feeling of being dizzy, or you notice that someone's always falling over a place. Okay, good. Switch sides. And this will help your hip function. This will help you from doing what we call an unintentional limp, where you're heavier on one side than the other. Hand is in front of your face, abs are engaged. Lift and lower. Because you're not always falling into the same pattern, or on the side that you're really good, you're not overusing that pattern. We're starting to develop back our vestibular-ocular reflex, and that's why heel up. Many times people get car sick, because when the vision and the vestibular system are in contradiction to each other, it affects your stomach. Hence car sickness, air sickness, seasickness, and that's why I hate boats. And good. That was fun. Oh, we do need our balls after all. We're going to do a tiny bit of pelvic floor work. Oh, you have yours? Oh, still Maria's. We're gonna sit on top of the ball, on top of the block. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy, shoulder blades down and back. Most important part is head over the top of the ball. Sucking your tummy. We're gonna do some ab workout. You're gonna tighten your abs and release. Tighten your abs, release. Keep sucking in that tummy. I'm sure we're in the neighborhood of 10 now, heading towards 20, but I'll let Maria count. Okay, take your right leg forward, left leg is back. We're gonna first do a bind twist. You're gonna take your left hand, sneak it around your right leg. You can put your right hand on your butt cheek and you're gonna rotate. Keep your chest up nice and tall, tummy sucked in, and you're breathing. Look over your left shoulder. Abs are nice and tight. Smiles are up. We're gonna come back to center. We're gonna work that vestibulo-ocular reflex. Abs are nice and tight. Keep that hand in front of you. You're gonna lift, lower your foot. See how easy it is. Or just do 10. Is that 10? Okay, now you're gonna look up and down your hand as you lift, lower your foot. Talk about rubbing your tummy and tapping your head. Keep your chest up. Good. But that made you a little bit crazy. We're gonna switch sides. We're gonna go across the body, right hand across body, left hand on your booty cheek, lift up nice and tall, suck in your tummy, look over your left shoulder. If people were just to open up their hips and shorten their back muscles and stabilize through their abs, most of what they experience as pain in their butt, back, knees, shoulders, and neck would go away. Okay. Now, hand in front of your face once again, abs nice and tight. You're just gonna lift lower, look at your hand, notice how easy it is to do looking at your hand. And this is why we use that vestibulo-ocular reflex. Because it makes life a little simpler, okay? And now, up, down with your head. We're gonna make it a little complicated. We gotta chase and track dinner while we're running. Lift and lower that leg. And you don't necessarily want your foot in synchrony with your head. Just up and down. Okay, good. Very nice, everyone. Leg back behind you, abs are nice and tight, chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back. We're gonna just do a tiny bit of pelvic floor strengthening here as you bounce. Chest up, shoulder blades down and back, head over top of the ball. You can take your arms out to your sides. Keep breathing. You can start moving around like Mario's doing because we have to be able to balance. That is just life. That's what people say. Okay, good. Go ahead, come off your ball. Come off your block. Our hips are open. We're gonna do one last thing here before we finish out. Boy, you're popular today. Roller goes behind your shoulder blade. How did my ball get all the way over there? Ugh. Ah, hands go behind your neck or your head. Careful of hair, jewelry, clothing, and drawstring. This roller will rip it off of you ruthlessly. And microphone. Oh, yeah. Okay. Lift your hips up as you roll towards your feet. Your heels go up. As you roll towards your head, your toes go up. It's okay if your ribs snap, crackle, and pop back into place. Just roll safely, carefully. Don't do anything that doesn't feel safe. Oh. As it gets easier, you could twist to one side more than the other. This again will open up the latissimus dorsi and the infraspinatus. Oh. Then you could take your arms over the top of your head if you have enough space. I don't. Oh. Oh. Just roll things out. Try to give myself some space. You can do one side and then the other side. If one side's sore but the other one's not, ask yourself why. If they're both sore, ask yourself why. And finally, without argument from Maria, put the roller under your head like a pillow. Turn your head left and right. Ah, this feels so nice. We've done a lot of shoulder opening in the last few weeks. So it's nice not to do it. Okay, now lay on your roller lengthwise, butt at one end, head at the other end. Do. Feet are parallel, knees are bent, knees are over tops of your feet, shoulder blades are down and back, head's over top of your body. You're just breathing. The goal here is to get your head slightly off the end of the roller, so something called your EOP drops off the end of the roller. We're trying to get something in the brain called the tentorium cerebelli over the top of your pelvic floor. The tentorium cerebelli is a membrane that holds your brain in your skull so it doesn't drip out the foramen magnum and into your abdomen. But it is a midline diaphragm, and we want to line up all those diaphragms and breathe. And that's why upright posture is so important. Feet remain parallel, knees over tops of your feet. Just notice what your balance feels like, how it feels like to have opened up your hips, and how little pain you have in your body now that we've done all these crazy things. You guys stay on top of your rollers. I'm going to come off of mine to bring you home. Feel what it feels like to be long through your spine, head over the top of your pelvic floor, bent through the knees. This is athletic ready posture. So the closer you are to athletic ready posture, the closer you are to center, and the closer you are to meditation. Gently roll off your roller onto your back, see what the ground feels like underneath you. Ah, yes. Yummy feeling of feeling that groove cut out just for you underneath your spine. telling you that you've turned your back muscles on properly, you've balanced out musculature, you're long through your spine and open through your hips. Keep breathing, feel the grounding of the earth caressing you. The amazing thing is the ground has always felt this way. It's the resistance of our body that makes the ground feel not comfortable. You guys have done an amazing job. Just see what the ground feels like underneath you. The whole point of doing all of this was to give yourself balancing, to decrease the amount of stress that your body experiences in the form of pain. So on behalf of Maria and me, we'd like to say thank you for being here, supporting us, doing the crazy things that we ask of you. We appreciate you very much. Namaste.